Hey guys, going to run through how Industry Set works, our entire year of coaching, how we actually get results, what's in the entire year, so the entire overview across our multiple semesters, and the results we've been getting. So real life examples of that in effect. So first of all, our main purpose and objective here is we're all wanting to become touring artists, or we're wanting to go full time in the music industry in some other way. Maybe we're trying to monetize and do it that way. We're trying to just be full time regardless. It's a lot harder nowadays because everyone is a fucking producer. Everyone and their uncle is learning how to produce. And because of the insane amount of resources that are available now, anybody can go on YouTube and just get the basics down and start producing. However, there's obviously like a certain plateau that you hit with YouTube where pre-recorded content only gets you so far. And that's where, often people come to us once they've reached that plateau point. They might be sick of pre-recorded content, or maybe they've had bad past experiences with platforms where they cost a lot of money, but there's no like one-on-one personalization. Now we focus on one-on-one coaching, custom built around somebody's scenario. And that's how we're able to get really, really good results, because we're tailoring everything to somebody's situation. For example, if you already know what EQ and compression is, and then you go to a platform where they're teaching you that all over again at the start, it's like, why should you have to redo that all over again when you already know it? It's a waste of your time, it's a waste of your money. So instead what we do is we just focus on the things that you actually need, right? So if, let's say, your bottlenecks is you're lacking in mix and mastering, maybe you're taking too long to finish music, you're taking months at a time, or you're not feeling motivated to write music anymore and you want to get back out of that rut, or maybe you're just lacking connections with management, booking agencies, creating opportunities for yourself, or maybe it's short form content, you have zero clue how to grow there, or even film videos for yourself and get it in the best way possible. So all these things are very common things. People come to us and then we get them results based on just focusing on those main things. So over the entire year, we custom built everything to ensure that we get that success, because we grow based on success. That's all we do. We just get people really, really good results, and then we post them up online. People see them in our ads, let's say, and they go, oh, I want that result too. And then they book in a call to enroll. And they try and apply. So all we do is just make sure that who we're bringing on is actually a good fit for the program. So if somebody is a good fit in terms of their motivations, their music's at a decent level, they're open-minded, and they don't feel like they're a know-it-all, and they have a good demeanor about them, then sure, we can definitely work something out. But if somebody isn't motivated, they don't have the resources to actually like produce, like they don't even have a DAW, or they don't have a working computer, or it's like faulty, or they have the wrong idea of how to approach things and they're not open to change, then there's not much we can do. We can give somebody the best resources and best education possible, but if somebody isn't willing to meet us in the middle in terms of effort and input, then there's nothing we can do about it. There's only so much we can get. So we want to get results because we grow based on, obviously it's really great to help people, but we're results driven. So we're only going to bring on people that we actually think we can get a good result for. If we don't think we can get somebody a good result, then we're just going to pass them into a different direction, or we'll just tell you to go back on YouTube and just learn things for free until you get to a higher level. Now, the transformation we're trying to achieve here is becoming a master of sound design, because you can be, a really good producer in terms of writing really good mix and masters, or maybe you're really fast at writing tracks, but if they're not iconic and standing out, then you're just going to sound like everybody else. It doesn't matter how hard you market. Secondly, we want to be able to finish full songs start to finish within a week or less. That's the guarantee that we can give you by semester 2. So we've done this so many times now, it's down to a science that if you do all the things we tell you to do, you'll be able to finish a full song start to finish, mix and mastered within a week or less. It's a guarantee. Now, speed and quality is everything, because of short form content, everybody consumes things too quickly now. People often skip to the drops in your track as well. So we want to make sure that even when you put out, let's say, an EP of music on a label, that you already have another EP ready to go at the same time. So there's no longer going to be any hindrances in terms of your growth. Secondly, we want to make sure that the production's there and the speed's there, because we're going to use that as your content strategy later on. So it's all pieced together. This whole year of coaching is pieced together because that's how we've worked to actually get people results. We have to cover all these bases. So if we just only focus on somebody's marketing and their production isn't the best it can be, then you're going to have some kind of doubt if something doesn't perform well in terms of the marketing sense. We don't want to have any variables that come into play here. So we're also going to master all social media platforms. So TikTok, Reels, YouTube Shorts. I've taken people who have had zero clue about socials to now getting videos that hitting 300K plus. And people who have never made any videos for themselves, from making 1 or 2 videos a week to up to 28 videos in a week, because I've been able to train them to batch content properly. So they can build systems around their content strategy so they can make lots and lots of high volume content very easily, still aligning with their preferences. So obviously no cringe. I don't believe in that. I believe in aligning with what your preferences are. We're going to be mastering opportunities for yourself so you can create it yourself. You're not going to become reliant on me or anybody else. You're going to learn strategies to actually do it your own way. Because I want to pass you off into an artist manager or booking agent. That's my end game goal, right? So you wouldn't want to become reliant on somebody else that you're investing into, because then you have to keep coming back for more. We want to build you up so by the end of the whole year of coaching, you can do whatever the hell you want to, and you can achieve things on your own. Absolutely. We want to also attract the fan base and team of your dreams. So obviously building a community is the main goal. So then you can then monetize them. Because if you have just a couple of average fans, they're not going to buy your merch, come to your shows, and support your streams. We're going to build that up. Important things to remember, there's no magic pills here. If you want exceptional results, you have to put in the work, like straight up. The ones who actually show up to all the lessons throughout the entire semesters, and they go to all the group sessions as well, as much as possible, and they do what we tell them to do, they get insane results. The ones who miss classes, they take a break for 2 months to go to Tokyo, they're not going to get as good results. So the more you put into this, the more you're going to get out. And even if you're just putting like as much time as you can just for this year, it's going to pay off for the rest of your career. Like, you're just doing the hard stuff now, so then the rest of your career is really, really easy. And I can guarantee you that. Everything that I've put into this entire platform is a decade of experience of other music schools that I built. I built multiple music schools. And throughout my whole touring experience, like getting to a touring artist level, it's purely based around what I had to go through. So I have a huge vendetta against the music industry because I got burned so many times. And also I had so many artist managers that let me down, that I had to end up doing things my way, myself, until I got to a level where I had the opportunity to work with whatever high tier artist manager I wanted to, because I had so much leverage that I built for myself. So I ended up getting a Europe booking agency. I signed to Circus Records, and I signed an Australian booking agency all by myself. And then I used that leverage to then get an artist manager that I always wanted to sign to, which was the same management as Hero Bust. That was my main goal, and I got that. And so all the strategies and implications that we've got in here, everything we've implemented, has been built around success stories. So things that I've already achieved, so you can do it too. And I've done it for countless other clients. And also the current clients that we have in our programs in the entire year of coaching are getting results based on this stuff already, like even right now. And I'll show you that in a sec as well. So we want to embrace the change right now, because like you're playing at a high level. That's why you're looking for this extra help. Like obviously what you've been doing hasn't been working, and that's why you're looking for like more like in-depth advice on how to take this to the next level. Like obviously you're serious about this, otherwise you wouldn't be even watching this video. If you're not watching this video, then likely you're not going to be a good student because you didn't take the time to actually watch what this is even about. Now, if you're curious about the group sessions, those happen daily. We've got Monday to Wednesday, and then we've got a Sunday for this month. So they're happening very consistent. You don't have to go to all of them because you have access for the entire year, but I'd highly recommend in the 6-week breaks in between each semester to focus on there. Like go to the group sessions there because you're having a break from the one-on-ones anyway. That's where you can take most advantage out of this. Now, the accelerator calls are going to be more about open formatted marketing and branding questions. So anything about social media, networking, email pitching, management, booking agencies, labels, whatever situation you're currently dealing with, let me know here and I'll give you complete guidance on what you can do. With the Launchpad, that's going to be more about production. So anything that you need a hand with in terms of production you're curious about. And also it's more of a roundtable approach. So you show up each week with a new song you've been working on, and we'll give you a demonstration on how to improve it. And there's multiple of these per week that you can join. If you're in semester 2, by the end of that semester, you'll be able to finish a full song, start to finish, mix and mastered within a week or less. That's a guarantee. And so once you're able to do that, I'd highly recommend keep showing up to these group sessions here as well, because once you've done that one-on-one phase of doing that, you'll be able to show up each week with a new song. And from there, you can keep getting advice on how to improve it. So that's how you can really take advantage of the group sessions. So in the semesters, focus on the one-on-one phases, But then in between, when you have those 6-week breaks between each semester, use the group calls to take full advantage of Industry Set. The whole year of coaching. So first semester is sound identity. So we're going to focus on sound design, arrangement, layering, just overall execution of developing your sound. So if you already have like a signature sound, we're going to improve it. We're going to make sure it's the best it can be, right? Because if you don't have absolutely iconic sound design, then when you're getting into like, writing songs and, leveling up your speed and then you're marketing it, if what you're marketing isn't unique, it's going to be very hard for you to cut through. So regardless of where you're at in the music industry, this is going to be extremely important to make sure that your sound is iconic. And even if your sound is already iconic, then we can just focus more on one of the other semesters. So let's say semester 1 can be more so semester 2, and then we'll do like 2 semesters of marketing instead. So it's custom built like that. If somebody already has things and we both agree that, they don't need any more help in that area, we can just focus more on other things instead. So this is the benefit here, is that we tailor it around your current situation and what your goals are. That way we can guarantee a result. Other platforms, you might be spending like $20,000 on a curriculum where you have no way of moving around things. Like you have to just do their curriculum. Maybe you just wanted to get to some of their marketing stuff at the end of the whole thing, but you can't. You have to go through the whole thing. No, we don't do that. We just focus on what you actually need. And with the production, let's say, if we can improve that by even 10%, your whole marketing's going to be 100% better. Like you're never in a position where you're not as good as you can be. Like you can always be better with production. So our process, if you truly are as good as you think you might be, then this process will really test that. So in semester 2, that's going to be really a testament of where you sit in terms of quality. There's going to be a few exercises we do throughout the entire semester that really test you as a producer and an individual. It will be the hardest work you ever do. But once you do this work, we will be able to uncover all your recurring bottlenecks within your production. We're going to do such a high volume of tracks and really push you to the limits. But this is going to get your speed up to an insane level. So we get people who might be taking months at a time down to within a week or less, or even a day, where they can finish a full song, start to finish, mix and mastered, release ready, label ready. And that's a guarantee. We've done that so many times now. We've done it about like 80 times now. So Launchpad is purely about getting your speed, your efficiency, your quality, your quantity, all that up. And this is going to be really important because when we get into semester 3, it's going to be all about your marketing, branding, social media, networking, email pitching, labels, artist management, booking agents, monetizing, going full-time music. Now, if you don't have the speed, you're going to really struggle in this area. And that's why we need to get the production stuff out of the way first of all. So building up enough of a catalog in semester 2. So then when we focus on semester 3, we don't have to focus on writing any more music. We have all the content we need. We have all the tracks stockpiled, and we can just focus on marketing the crap out of everything. So here's how we break down the entire year. So we've got 10 weeks for first semester, one-on-one coaching, then 6 weeks focusing on daily group coaching. So those happen every single day. You don't have to go to every single one or any of them if you don't want to. You could use this 6 weeks to take a break if you wanted to, if you've got stuff going on. But the one-on-one coaching is absolutely essential. Like you have to show up to those things. There's no way, like if you're wanting to get really good results, you have to show up to these. If you're skipping classes on these and you're not showing up, then you're not going to be getting a really good result, hands down. Semester 2, another 10 weeks, one-on-one. Then we're going to go 6 weeks group coaching again, same thing. And then semester 3, again, 10 weeks, followed by 6 weeks of group coaching. So I'll just show you what that looks like visually. So first session we're going to do, maybe you've just had a discovery session and we've just found out if you're a good fit or not. And maybe now you've scheduled in when your onboarding is going to be. And we're going to do our roadmap session. So I'll figure out and I'll talk to you to figure out what your actual goals and bottlenecks are. And we'll figure out an exact custom built coaching built around that. So we'll look at what these goals are that we're going to get at the end of the whole year of coaching. So first semester, we'll do that for 10 weeks. And then we're going to do the 6 weeks there. We'll do a check-in, student advisor check-in, where I'll see what kind of results you've been getting lately, how else we can improve that and optimize that. And then semester 2, we're going to do the same thing again, another 10 weeks, followed by another 6 weeks group coaching, followed by another check-in. Semester 3, one-on-one coaching again for 10 weeks, followed by 6 weeks of group coaching, another check-in, and then you're going to have your graduation after a year. Real life examples. So Neotech, before I actually started Industry Set, I didn't have it open to the public. I just had a couple of one-on-one clients because I wanted a proof of concept that I can take somebody from a complete beginner complete bedroom producer and take them all the way to a touring artist level. So Neotech, he came to me. We initially did a total rebrand. So before he was called Keys, like Keyz, just a picture of a key. So we did a full rebrand into Neotech, which is now like cyberpunk branding. And he then, after like 6 months of doing this, we're working together. He got management, booking agency in Australia. He got signed to Tomorrow Music, which is a huge Australian label. They do distribution for all over the world. And he's got a song on there that has, I believe, 2 million streams now because of just some organic marketing that we did on TikTok. And that alone has taken him to stardom. Like now he's like playing in Lost Lands. Like he got booked for that just only like last month. And so he's an Australian artist, so it's incredibly difficult to get booked in the States if you're an Australian artist, because not only for the distance to get there and the proximity, but also getting your visa stuff to get over there is extremely important. Like you need to already be at a very high standard to actually get there. Bad Void, he was another one of my first clients. He had management that weren't really taking care of him, and I'd already been through that experience myself, and I showed him exactly how to get out of that situation and transition to better management. Now he's signed to Corson Agency and touring full-time in the US. And he's another Australian, so also very hard to do what he did. And my story, so I've been doing this for about 12, 13 years, all up. I started off doing progressive house in 2012, and I signed my first track to Vicious Recordings, which is an Australian label. It was a big like electro progressive house label at the time. They're more house stuff now. Then I signed to Sony Australia for their sub-label Basic Records. They had like a resurgence. They were basically trying to do what Hardwell did with Revealed Recordings, but it was like a Sony sub-label of that. And then I toured in Asia for my first like proper tour. I was only like 19. I burnt out, realized I wasn't ready for that scenario. So I then took a step back and reinvented myself and my brand, got really good at marketing and production, started releasing more so trap and dubstep stuff, released a lot of music on Trap Nation, NCS, released on Subsidia, released on Crow's Nest, released on Lost in Dreams, which is Insomniac's sub-label. I've released multiple EPs on Circus. I've had placement in Amazon Prime for a movie. I've had placements from Tesla and Elon Musk using my music in the S-Play model launch. Plenty of other placements as well. I've had artist support from Hero Bus, Company, Nightmare, Flux Pavilion, Dr. P, Adventure Club, David Guetta, Excision, and many, many more. Now, I got into the education side because there was a school in my city that rejected me because I used like Logic Pro. I used to use Logic Pro and they were in Ableton school, so they just full rejected me. So I was like, fuck you, I'm going to do my own school. And I did, and I built it up to 1,800 students. It was called Defy Society. And I was just doing the background stuff of all the bookings. I probably booked around 120 different high-tier artists to come through and teach through that. So I have built up quite a network from doing that whole scenario. And through teaching all those people for a very long period of time, I built a lot of students up that were at the beginning stage when they joined Defy. Like another example is like Jaqui was one of my original students at Defy, and now he's like a full-time touring artist, and he used to submit music to me through our feedback sessions before he got really, really good and we turned him into an instructor. You know, after that platform, I then built another one, Forbidden Society, did that for a year, then left that and started doing Industry Set after I had a proof of concept that this could actually work for people. Like I wanted to make sure that I could actually get really, really good results before I open it up to the public, because it's going to be a results driven platform. And since 2022, I've been doing Industry Set and growing clients from all over the world. And this is my main fulfillment. I do this because it's so fulfilling being a part of somebody else's journey. I get to live vicariously through them while they get to do these big wins off of something that I created, strategies that I create on a daily basis that are custom built to them. And it's extremely fulfilling that when you create something and somebody is like benefiting off in that same way, like giving back to them. Now that's my main fulfillment. Like that's why I do what I do.